Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that you would always be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much. This time around I'll be talking about students who report their teachers to their parents at home and how their parents react to the reports of their children about their teachers from school. Well, parents, you know the kinds of children that you have. You know the kind of person that you are. You know that maybe you are someone who likes gist, who likes it when your children come home and they tell you everything that's happened at school, right from the morning till the afternoon till evening. And many of those students are detailed. They will tell you everything in detail. They wouldn't leave out any point or any activity, any incident that occurred or happened at school. Parents, now when your children report, let's say, a particular teacher to you, what do you do? How do you handle the situation? What do you do? Do you just decide to go to the school to start causing a scene or creating a scene, or you start shouting? What exactly do you do? Do you try to think about the situation, try to consider what happened before taking any action? Well, that's what I'll be talking about today. There are some students who, as I said earlier, who know how to talk. They know how to talk about everything that they saw, everything that they came across, everything that happened around them. Well, these students are the ones who talk about basically everything that happened in their classroom. In their classroom, how a teacher entered the class, how a teacher flogged a particular student, how a teacher accused of a student of stealing, accused the student of stealing maybe the another student's pen, another student's pencil. All sorts of things that could have happened in the classroom or at the school at large. Well. Now, parents, your children might come home to report a particular teacher to you. For example, let's say your child does not do a particular assignment, the assignment of a particular subject, and then the teacher of that subject flags your child. Now, when your child gets home, your child reports such a teacher to you. Now, parents in that kind of situation, what do you do? Some of you get angry. You ask that why should the teacher or why should the teacher flog your child? Now, how many strokes did the teacher give your child? How many strokes, please? Was the child given 20 strokes of cane? Was the child given 50? Was the child given 2 strokes? Was the child given 5 strokes? Well, if your child was given 2 strokes, 1 stroke, 5 strokes, I don't think that's too much. That shouldn't be too much. The number of strokes that your child is being given at that moment shouldn't be too much for you to bear. Well, unless your child was maybe sick, maybe the child was not feeling fine, and the teacher should have maybe considered the child's health by not flogging the child. That is something that one can understand. Or maybe your child has a health challenge. The child is someone that shouldn't be beaten, someone that should not be touched. Well, fine. But if your child is none of this, if your child is neither of this, Please and please, if your child is healthy, your child is okay, your child has a sound mind, a sound body, sound health, and the child refuses to do his or her assignments, and the teacher flogs the child, why should you complain? The teacher gives the child, let's say, 2 strokes, 3 strokes of the cane, yet you take your wrapper, your wrapper, your Ankara wrapper, you tie it very well, you tie it very well on your body, and then you tie your gele, then you decide to go to the school to create a scene. For what, please? For what? Who was at fault? Your child was at fault. Your child did not do his or her assignment. That was why the teacher took that particular action. That was why the teacher flogged your child. But you have decided to come to the school to shout at the teacher, to disgrace, embarrass the teacher in the presence of your child and in the presence of the other members of staff of the school. That is not good. That is not good. That is not good. However, if your child was given so many strokes, 20 strokes, 15 strokes, 30 strokes, and maybe the child ended up getting marks on his or her body, fine. In that case, you can complain. You can complain. However, there are different ways of complaining. You do not need to go to the school to create a scene. You could walk up to the head of the school, the principal, or let's say the headmaster, to complain. And you should not be complaining about everything. You shouldn't complain about everything. Before you complain, before you make a complaint, why don't you think about it first? Think about it first. Or if you have a close friend, a family member, why don't you share the student's report to you, to that person, with that person? Share and listen to what the person has to say about the matter. Please, complaints are destructive things. Complaints are not good. So before you complain, please think about it first. Think about it. Do you really have a point? Do you have a point by complaining? Why don't you reason about it? Okay, this your complaint, is it genuine? Is it cogent? Does it make sense? Is it sensible? Is it something that people would hear and they would end up supporting your side of the argument? Think about it first, and when your child reports, what do? Ask about it. Ask about what happened. Not only from your child, but from maybe other students or other teachers. Ask first before you start shouting. Some of your parents, you just come to school and you start shouting. You shout unnecessarily. You instead of you to find out what happened. Your child could have come home. Your child could have lied to you. Your child could have lied to you, and you wouldn't have known. So that is why it is good to ask first. There could be some witnesses at the scene, when at the place or at the classroom in the school, when that matter happened, when it occurred. So why not ask some of these witnesses? It could be the students, teachers, anybody. Ask first before deciding to shout. Once you have confirmed that, okay, what the teacher or the principal or whomever caused the issue did was correct, after your confirmation, then you could shout. That's when you should shout. Not that you should just come to school to embarrass yourself, to disgrace yourself, and then at the end of the day, when you are made to know what actually happened, you feel so ashamed. You become so ashamed. You know, some of you parents do that. You come to the school, you scream, you shout, you do, and then when they present the matter to you, how it really was, then you feel so ashamed. You feel so ashamed. That is why it is good to please and please consider the situation first. Think about it. Think about it. Think if you really have a point before taking that step. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Thank you so much for watching.